en ons verwelkom vir Dr. Michael Mol, hoofuitvoerende beampte van TruthTV. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Renee. Good to chat to you again, man. It's been a while.
It's been a while, sure. It's been months, actually.
Has your hair grown back at all, or not yet?
Just the beard. It's still there, but the hair...
Okay.
I'm struggling. But it's good. Listen, Michael, we're going to chat about paasnaweek, Passover, and very interesting how people, how they celebrate this festival all over the world. But just before we get there, how important is it to be, and I wanted to start on a serious note, the light, and because I think if we all feel we live in very dark times over the world. I mean, we just finished our Quran besprekings, and it's all over. If it's America, Europe, Mozambique, South Africa, crime, how important is it to be the light?
I think hope is the one thing that just drives the sense of I can still get up in the morning. And I think what we celebrate now over Easter is probably the most significant event in our history as believers, as Jesus followers. But this whole sense of the Bible talks about something called sure hope. The sense of we know what's coming, we know that there is someone that's redeemed and saved us. And so we go into this Easter weekend with this real sense of, Good Friday happens, man, but Sunday is coming. And it's this real sense of one day, whenever that day might be, everything that's not right will be put right. And I think that's key, and it's an important part of Easter. So I think when it comes to being the light and being the hope, that really is us. And again, I mean, you would know this as Jesus follows, he talks about us being the light of the world, to talk to your comment about being the light in dark times.
And it's so interesting if we go back into history with Passover, and even, I mean, the Jewish people also have their festival now because it was in the same time that Jesus died and rose from the dead. But different ways of celebrating Passover around the world. It must be quite interesting because it's really the biggest for us.
No, it is. It's. I think from a Jewish people tradition, it's wonderful. As a family, we had a Passover meal this past weekend, and just to go through the elements, the bone shank, the salt water that recognizes the tears and the hardships of slavery. There's such beautiful symbolism, and again, it's such a key part of the year, key part of the celebration when God turned up. And saved them. So I think what the Jewish people are celebrating in terms of Passover and God coming through for them as Jesus follows, we're doing the same, just kind of, I was going to say next level, you can't say that, but in a sense, yes, we believe that there's more than just God saving us. It was God coming to earth as a man. And that's what we're celebrating on Easter.
And then on a personal level, how do you celebrate Passover as a family? Is it, do you have stuff that you do, or what, do you just go into reflection? What do you do?
We have a tradition that we've had since my youngest was probably 3 or 4. So I'm gonna raise some eyebrows here, but the movie The Passion that Mel Gibson did years ago is just one of the most beautiful recollections. I said beautiful. It's gory. It's hard. I mean, there's just it's violence almost beginning to end, but such an accurate recollection of what happened to Jesus from that evening when he was betrayed right to that moment on the cross and to when he rose again. And as a family, we watched that. At some point during the Easter weekend, we spent time and we watched this. We've done it every single year for the past, I think, 8-9 years. And it's just become a tradition, and it's not, in the beginning, the kids are like, oh, not this again. We've seen this movie, but we watch it again because it's a reminder of what Jesus did for us and what he went through for us to ultimately save us. So that's how we celebrate that. And obviously on Sunday morning, we get up really, really early. There's that sort of sunrise service that we attend, usually with a group of other people somewhere up in Rhodes Memorial or wherever we can, where people are gathering just to watch the sunrise and be reminded again of that amazing moment when Mary kind of came to the empty tomb, and reminded again that stone was rolled away not because Jesus needed to get out, but because the disciples needed to get in to see the tomb was empty. So that's how we celebrate Sunday morning.
And in talking about movies, people that's not familiar with Truth TV, it's a amazing project, I can say, and streaming. So just a background about Truth TV and what's Truth TV offering over this weekend. And I think it's fantastic for families to really subscribe to Truth TV.
Well, I mean, you said it. Thank you so much. It is really about family. So Truth TV essentially is South Africa's first Christian streaming video service. And we offer hand-picked, curated content that will entertain you, but in terms of families, will just nudge families closer together and closer to God. And the whole idea is the content on Truth TV is redemptive, it's wholesome. There's no SNVL, obviously, but there's certainly no blasphemy. I think that's something that's unusual and unique to Truth TV. And the idea is we just want to take that big black pipe of media that comes into all of our homes with all sorts of stuff and control some of that to say whatever you see on this platform on Truth TV is going to be upbuilding, is going to be values-based, it's going to be faith-based. So that's Truth TV. And of course, we have the Passion on Truth this weekend. Well, this weekend, we have it, for the next couple of years. We bought the license for that. And I stand under correction, but I think we're the only streaming platform in South Africa that has the Passion on during this weekend. So if you want to watch the Passion, if you want to start that tradition of just remembering what Jesus went through, you can do that on Truth TV.
And then just on a practical way, and you can watch and stream Truth TV on any device.
Pretty much. So that's a tup. And I had to say tup at some point because I just love that word. There's an app, that's a tup. You can watch it on your smart TV. You can watch it on your laptop. Any device, essentially, that has a screen that's connected to the internet, you could pretty much watch Truth TV on. So it's a case of Google Truth TV, subscribe. The first 14 days are free, so you can just try before you buy. And you can watch everything you can, that you'd like to in the first 14 days. There's no restriction. And once you subscribe, it's $129 a month. You have access to our full library whenever, wherever you like. And as I said, great, wholesome, family and faith-based entertainment.
And it's quite important to say that it's not just Christian movies. There's normal movies, but like you said, with no blasphemy or with a very good message. There's entertainment for the children. That's not you don't need to be scared if your children's on the streaming device because there's some demons coming or some scary stuff. It's really you guys make sure it's uplifting and it speaks to the soul.
Absolutely, Renee. I mean, you're so right. The content on Truth TV is what we call redemptive. There's a great message that comes through and a wholesome, positive message. As far as kids' content is concerned, plenty of that great kids' content, great values content. I mean, I don't want to name and shame, but I mean, Cartoon Network, for one, when we were growing up, we used to let our kids watch that. And eventually I watched some of that and thought, what am I letting my kids in for? So on Truth TV, you can put your kids in front of this TV if you need to go out of the room and not worry about coming back in. Now what do they watch? Because everything on the platform, particularly around our kids' content, is just wholesome and upbuilding. So absolutely.
Michael, thank you for your time. Hopefully you have a blessed weekend. And thank you, always an inspiration, and it's great to chat to you.
Thank you, Renee. Thanks for spotlighting Truth TV. Really appreciate that, and have a wonderful Easter, man. God bless you guys.
Great stuff. Cheers. So maak seker jy gaan soek daar soos jy gehoor het 2 weke kan jy vir dit kyk en dan kan jy daarna aanteken, maar ek dink dit is iets fantasties in hierdie tye waarin ons leef.